Greetings. This is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. And today, full transparency, I was contacted by a company called GOOZEEZOO. Now, for those of you who don't know GOOZEEZOO, it is a Chinese company that sells radios, mostly receiving radios, antenna tuners, and antennas, mostly portable type antennas that you would use maybe for POTA, but you can use some of these in a little bit more permanent situations. The antennas that they asked me to do a review on in exchange for the antenna is the JPC-350. Now, as you know, I own several GOOZEEZOO products. I own 3 antennas, which is the 8010 half-wave end-fed antenna that I use every day on my base station. It's an excellent antenna. I also have the JPC7, which I've reviewed, and I also reviewed the end-fed half-wave antenna as well, and the JPC12, which I've also reviewed on my channel here. I've also reviewed my 2 antenna tuners, which were also GOOZEEZOO products. So, and then also I have a couple of Balans, or Ununs, which I've actually purchased. I purchased all these on my own with all my own money. So I'd like to just show it to you. Here is the JPC-350. As you can see, it's got some nice printing on it. It's got a couple of handles, and it's got these zippers with these nice orange, like little ropes on them, and on the back, it's got a couple of rings, and it also comes with a long strap that you can use to strap over your shoulder. All right, so this is a very nice case. The material is excellent. It's like stiff canvas, and it looks like it would last for quite a long time. And there's more printing over here saying JPC-350. Pretty cool case, man. And so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to show you what's in there. And then we'll go through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this antenna in my backyard, and I'm going to run... oh, and by the way, this antenna is designed for 6 meter all the way up to 80 meters. So we're going to test that out. I'm going to test the SWR and tuning for every single band that they state it is good on. So kick back, relax, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you the interior of this case and everything that's it comes with. Be right back. All right. So you and I are seeing this for the first time. This is the inside of the JPC-350 case. I have 2 sections here that are zippered open and closed, and there's nothing in them. Each one of these orange things I think is a divider. Yep, it's a divider. And I open this up, and here is the long strap that you can use to go over your shoulder. It comes with 3 wire winders, and these are nice powder-coated aluminum. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty nice stuff. And a set of instructions, which I will go over with you in a few minutes. It comes with one single aluminum extension, 1 telescopic antenna. Over here are the counterpoise wires. Here is the coil, and here is the base unit. And underneath this, underneath the coil here, is a ground spike. And that's pretty much everything. All right, the case is very nice. It all holds everything in very nicely. And when it comes back, I will read to you the instructions very quickly. Be right back. Here are the technical specifications according to the instructions that came with the antenna. The operating frequency range is 80 meters to 6 meters. Impedance is 50 ohms. The gain, and it says it varies according to the frequency and installation height, but it doesn't give any kind of numbers. Standing wave ratio, or SWR, is less than or equal to 1.5 across the operating frequency range, and power handling maximum is 100 watts of single sideband. So that means that if you're going to be doing FM or CW, you need to power it up less. They don't give you specifications. Typically, it's about 50 watts for continuous operation. Quick installation guide in this order is the ground spike, then the ground net, which is the counterpoise, the aluminum alloy base, which is the unit that has the coax connector on it, the aluminum tube or rod, then the oscillator, which is the inductive coil, and then the stainless steel telescopic antenna. That's the order from the bottom up that you put everything in. All right. Now we'll get back to the instructions on how to set this up. If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, please click on the bell icon so you can get notifications of everything that I release. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your consideration. Now, the installation guide, they go through and tell you how to set the antenna up for each band. So for the 80 meter band, you use a 3-strand counterpoise fully deployed and the rod antenna extended. Retract it by approximately one section, which is one section plus 13 centimeters. All right, and it doesn't matter which section or sections that you retract. All right, so that's for the 80 meter band, and I'll be right back. So while you're setting this up for 80 meters, the way I stated, you also position the sliding contact on the red coil, or in other words, the loading coil, within the gray marked area. And I'll show you what the area looks like if I can figure it out on here. Ensuring that the contact spring does not touch adjacent coils. One of the things about these products with these coils is they are positive clicks. However, there's also a click in between each coil. So in other words, you can, one click between being on one coil of wire to the next will put you in between touching two coils. So you want to click it twice to go to one coil. All right, that's how it works. That should, according to the instructions, set you up for an SWR of 1.5 at 3.550 megahertz. On the 40 meter band, the counterpoise should be approximately 8¼ meters long, with any excess wound up from the end using the winders that come with the kit. After extending the rod antenna all the way, retract it about 36 centimeters, placing the sliding contact on the red coil within the gold marked area. That should give you an SWR of 1.5 at 7.07 megahertz. On the 20 meter band, the counterpoise should be around 4.2 meters in length. Once the rod antenna is fully extended, retract it by 3 sections plus 27 centimeters. Position the slide contact on the coil within the white marked area, and that should give you 1.5 SWR at 14.200 megahertz. On the 17 meter band, the 15 meter band, the 12 meter band, and the 10 meter band, and the 6 meter band, it's all a little bit different. I'm not going to go through each one, but you got the idea. But with the 6 and the 10 meter band, you don't need the coil. So we're going to set this up without the coil on the 6 and 10 meter band, just using the telescopic antenna, and I will tune that properly according to the instructions first, and then we'll see if I can get a little bit better tuning out of the antenna. All right, so next time you see me, I will have this antenna set up according to the instructions first for the 80 meter band. Be right back. All right, I got the antenna built. I got the 3 counterpoise already deployed. I've got the base, the middle bar, the coil, and the telescopic antenna all the way up into the tree. And I set the coil right at the red mark where it says it's supposed to be. And I have the one section down and 5 more inches. Oh, there's the section that's down, and then 5 more inches. All right, let's see what the SWR is. 80 meters. Wow. 1.07 at 3.524 megahertz. Wow. Well, I did it exactly as the instructions said, and look what happened. Can't beat that. All right, be right back with 40 meters. All right, I've got the coil set right where they said it was supposed to be set for 40 meters. I got the counterpoise at the right length, and I got the whip antenna set. So let's see what our rig expert says here. 40 meters. Wow, look at that. 1.14 SWR at 7.112 meters. Wow. All right. Well, that's workable. All right, let's move on to 20. All right, guys. I've got the coil set right there at that mark. I got the sections lowered on the telescopic antenna, as you can see. I know, it's blurry. Sorry, it's the best I could do. All right, let's see what we got here for 20 meters. Let's see. There we go, 20 meters. 1.01 at 1405. Wow. Guys, that's pretty darn good for just following instructions. I did not tune anything. I didn't try to tune anything. So, all right, let's move on to 17. All right, guys. All right, I got it set up for 17 meters. Try my rig expert. All right, 17 meters. 1.19 at 18.3. Oh, boy, that's pretty satisfying that I can just set it up the way the instructions say and come up with such good SWR without even having to try tuning it. If I could try tuning it, I might be able to get it even just a little bit better or in a range that I want to operate in. So this is excellent. All right, next one up. 15 meters coming up. All right, doing the 15 meter. And here comes the 15 meter. 1.19 at 21.36 megahertz. Wow. Pretty darn good, guys. All right, let's move on. 12 meters. All right, I got 12 meters set up. Let's see what it, oops, sorry. $12 meters. 1.25 at 25.02 megahertz. Wow, really pretty good with that. All right, on to 10. All right, here we are, 10 meters. As you can see, the coil has been removed, so has the rod. And 10 meters, we got 1.32 at 28.76. Guys, that's really good just for instructions. All right, next one up. I extended it one section. Let's see what it's going to do. Oh, there we go. Nice and flat, too. 1.44 at 489.00. Okay. I can tune that up a little bit, get it higher up into the band, and we would be good to go. So, as you can see, guys, it doesn't take much to get this antenna getting it at a good SWR so you can get up and working. All right. I'll be right back. All right. I'm here on the 20 meter band. I've set the antenna up for 20 meters. I set the SWR to be as low as possible at around 14.240. So as you can see, I've got my transmitter on 14.240. And let us do an SWR test real quick. I'm going to set this for FM. And I want you to look up here for the SWR 1.0 and SWR of 1.0. That's at 100 watts, folks, right where I'm supposed to be. I set the, I tuned the antenna for 14.240. So. November 8, Delta Alpha Victor. Yes, I'm trying to log in or check in and see what's happening out there. What's going on?
Roger, Roger. You got the California light, and we started at 1600 to 1730, and we take in check-ins, and we hope somebody from Hawaii will say hi to us so people have a chance to talk to them. My call is KD6ZKC. I happen to be mobile in Central Oregon, basically right on the coast. And who do we have out there? What's your name?
My name is Dave, and I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, QSL.
Oh, Roger, Roger there. Okay, well, you're a little cooler than the valley. You're doing a great job. You're 5'7", easy to 5'9", really booming in here on Oregon. So anyway, you can get Flagstaff. That's pretty good. You can keep it down to the high 80s, I guess, during the day. Is that correct? About you?
Yes, as we've been hitting the low to mid 80s every day, and but I don't know. This morning, it not quite as warm as it was yesterday morning. So I'm thinking we might hit either high 70s or low 80s today. QSL. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. My call sign actually is November 8 Delta Alpha Victor, QSL.
There you go. You don't sound like a Barbara from Michigan. Sorry about that. Delta Alpha Victor. Very good. Okay. You're fine and checking in. We're here at 16 to 1730. UTC, 14340, and one person can't hear you. If you hear them, just stick around. Somebody else will, and they'll pick you up. So we love to catch anybody that we can. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. Okay, I'll be standing by. This is November 8, Delta Alpha Victor, clear and monitoring.
Roger, Roger. Okay, thanks for coming on by. That was November 8, Delta Alpha Victor from Flagstaff, Arizona. And 73 AM, and I'll put out another call. This is KD6ZKC mobile here on the Oregon coast for the California Hawaii net. We're looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, come now.
If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to be notified of any more videos that I put out, please click the subscribe. After you click the subscribe button, please click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I release a video. I average about 2 videos a week, so actually I think that's a lot more content than a lot of creators are putting out. So anyway, I would really appreciate all that. It helps the algorithm recognize my channel as being a good one, and I think that it's a pretty good channel. So anyway, I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right. Hey, that was a great conversation I had. I had a good QSO with that guy up in Oregon who was mobile. Now, he wasn't getting back to me very well, but he said I was getting out to him 5'7", booming up into 5'9", which is just excellent. This antenna performs very well. I'm very impressed with it. And it so far I've had nothing but really good, very positive feedback from everything that I've done with the antenna. So I would say this is a very good review. And so what did we learn today? So this is something that I always ask. Well, I'll tell you, this antenna worked beautifully, even though the band was just terrible today. I tried working people with my regular base station antennas, and I had a hard time working anything. And this antenna, as you saw, was just sitting in my backyard, surrounded by homes. So you know, I had a great takeoff angle. Had to go through the trees and up over the mountains just to get to this guy in Oregon. So that was a terrific QSO. I couldn't have asked for anything else, anything better actually. But what I did learn was this: the antenna works really well, and the instructions that come with it that explain to you how to set it up, very, very good, very clear, and you get the good SWR first time out. You don't have to play around with it. You just set it up. Now everything that you do, of course, it's just an approximation. You don't have to be exact. Like if they tell you 3 sections down and 27 centimeters, you can take the 3 sections down. 27 centimeters was, I don't know, I forgot now, it was like 10.8 inches or something like that. And, you know, I just approximated it. And when they tell you that you had to put out your counterpoise at so many meters, I think it was 4.2 meters. I'm doing this by memory, folks. You know, and I looked it up, and it was 11 feet 8 inches. You know, I put it out 12 feet. So you know, everything was an approximation, and it got me right into the band with good SWR immediately, first thing out. So that was very impressive. And then, of course, as you saw, I was able to tune the antenna to work into the part of the band which my license allows me to. And I also like to work at the lower part of the band, but usually. You know, I ended up going up to the upper end of the band, and the SWR was excellent up there too. I think it moved from 1.0 to 1 to 1.1 to 1. So, you know, you can't ask for anything better than that. Now, the one thing that I found with this antenna is well, first of all, I'm going to talk about the counterpoise. It comes with a 10 conductor ribbon cable that you're supposed to use for counterpoise. And they recommend in the instructions that you section it out to 3 counterpoise. So I sectioned it out, since 10 isn't divisible by 3. I sectioned it out to 2 sections of 3 conductors and 1 of 4 conductors. So there's your 10. So I did that. And then, of course, they tell you to use the cable winders that come with the antenna to wind the cables up to make them shorter, you know, or let them out with longer, and you wind them up on the cable winders. And the cable winders are of good quality, nice aluminum, powder coated, very nice. However, when you wind this type of a cable up, it you know, it just doesn't wind up so hot because it's a flat rib. It does twist around, but the thing is, there is a pocket that this thing came in the carrying case, and you can't get it back in that pocket ever again. So now you've got the cable all wound up with 3 winders, and it doesn't fit back in that little pocket in the case anymore. And I've got to be honest with you, if that's the only thing that I'm complaining about here, that it's really a terrific thing. I have to give this thing props. It really was very simple to tune. Not only after I got it onto the 20-meter band, which was immediate, but then to be able just to shorten the telescopic whip a little bit, just to get it onto the part of the band that I wanted to operate on, and to get a 1.04 to 1, I think it was, at that part of the band, was just, I mean, You can't ask for anything more. So this is going to be one of my POTA antennas that I bring with me when I go out and do POTA with it, because listen, when I operate, I usually only operate on one band, but listen, if I can get out, if something's happening on 6 meters, I'm going to want to be out on 6 meters. If I can't get out on 20 meters, I want to be able to get out on 40. This is so easy and simple if you follow the instructions, to get right to the band that you want to get on. And then it only takes an extra minute or so to tune it into the area that you want it tuned to. It's just tremendous. I know I'm repeating myself here. The quality of everything was good to great. I can't complain about the quality of any of the parts or pieces in this kit. The bag that it comes in, the case, that's very, very nice, very well made. And it's pretty compact, you know, everything fits in there very nicely. So anyway, I highly recommend this antenna to anybody who wants a good quality portable and POTA antenna, and something that goes all the way from 6 meter all the way down to the 80 meter band. And it's just absolutely amazing to me. So thank you, GOOZEEZOO. I appreciate you sending it to me, and I appreciate you letting me do a review and test on it, and allowing me to keep it in exchange for that. Full transparency, I've never worked with GOOZEEZOO before. I own 7 or 8 of their products, and I bought every one of them prior to this antenna. So you know that I'm a fan, and hopefully we can continue with our collaboration, and I do appreciate it. There should be a stackable discount and coupon in the comment section of this video. So if you want to order your own GOOZEEZOO products, you can go right out to their site on Amazon, and you can use the coupon and the discount, and they tell me that it's stackable. So you go right out there and get yourself your discount on this good quality piece of a kit for your portable and POTA needs. All right. What else can I say? This thing was terrific. All right. This is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review, and I hope to see you all on the air. 73.